Hello everybody, this is Hammer Striker here. Today I have the N8 Tactical Executive holster, and N8 Tactical is now part of Crossbreed, and Crossbreed hit us up and asked if we were interested in reviewing this other manufacturer that they'd acquired, the N8 line, and I figured the quality of this is going to be as good as the other Crossbreeds that I've had, which have always been awesome quality, otherwise they wouldn't be marketing them. So I said yes, let's check it out. So this particular holster is made for the Walther PDP that you see here, which is unloaded. The PDP, this is the 4-inch, and there's a couple different versions of the PDP. This is the only one I've got to test interchangeability between the various PDP models. However, they are open at the end, so I would presume that the various longer barrel versions of the PDP, as long as the dimensions here are the same, will work. As I get more of the PDPs, I'd be able to confirm that. But it's kind of a minimalist holster. It's narrow, just the width of the gun. It is, of course, all Kydex. There are quite a few clip options you can get to do this in various different carry styles, and you can also adjust the tension on it. The retention on this is really good and solid. Gun doesn't come out. That's one of my favorite tests. Put the gun in the holster, turn it upside down and shake it and see if the gun will fall out. If you can't adjust it that the gun won't fall out, then you don't have adequate retention. The way you're looking at this holster is exactly the way I took it out of the box when it arrived. I didn't adjust anything, though I can. Now, the retention on this is solid, but it does come right out. Because it's a smaller holster, you kind of got to grip it a little bit more to pull it out, so it kind of looks like it's hanging up. But it does come right out, and what I found with holsters like this, these more minimalist holsters, once they're on your belt, the gun comes out nice and smooth. But when you're holding them like this, you got to get the right angle and grip on them. You can also get this with red trimmed hardware. Typically for me with holsters, I try to go for as bland looking as possible. That way, if for whatever reason shirt rides up or whatever and the holster becomes visible, it doesn't stand out. I don't want, when I'm concealed carrying, I don't want big red or orange things flashing out there to catch attention. I want it to kind of blend in. But if you want it to be a little flashier, you can get the red hardware. This is currently only available in right hand, but there is a left hand coming. But the interesting thing is this covers a lot of the manufacturers that are not your mainstream ones. So it does all your regular mainstream Ruger, SIG, Smith & Wesson, Springfield, Taurus, Glock like you'd expect. But it also does 1911, so there's a version of this for 1911. But interestingly enough, it also there's versions to support Faxon, Lone Wolf, and Shadow Systems, all of which make competition kind of tuned up variants or clones of the Glock 3 platform. Now that the patents have expired on the Glock 3 platform, you're starting to see a lot of manufacturers actually making them outright. Been a number of manufacturers over the years that have made parts and barrels, but now you can actually get full, ready-to-go pistols. When I said Glock 3, I meant Gen 3. So the Gen 3 platform of the Glocks, those companies are cloning, and there are variants of this holster that will support those different clones. This being the N8 Executive, and N8 is, N is the letter N, the number 8, and then tactical, but you can also get to it, in fact I have it right there, you can also get to them from Crossbreed's website, because they are now a subsidiary of Crossbreed. But I like this holster. I like because it's minimalist, especially if you're going to be wearing more dress clothes and things like that, where you just need to have it as lightweight and as thin as possible to blend in. These minimalist, lighter weight work well. Despite that, it still has some of the features of other Crossbreeds that I've had, where all the edges are smooth and rounded, even up here. All smooth and rounded. And of course you have this extension that keeps the firearm itself away from your body. But all these edges are smooth. And I've had a number of various Kydex holsters over the years that I've bought, some for far more expensive than this. This Executive has a MSRP of $39.95. That can go up a little bit if you start adding additional clips and stuff like that. But I've bought far more expensive Kydex holsters that I then had to get out the sandpaper and take all the razor blade edges off of these corners and curves. This one, you're looking at it exactly the way I took it out of the box. Not a single sharp edge on this thing. And that's important. And even when you look at the side that touches your body, it's as smooth and featureless as possible. So there's as few things to bite into you or press into your body as possible. Of course, there's going to have to be a few features simply because it has to accommodate things that are part of the gun. So, in this case, it's the slide stop, slide release. But they didn't put a lot of ribs and extra stuff on here that's going to create pressure points. So this is very comfortable to wear holster. Overall, especially given that it's meant to be kind of a minimalist, lighter weight holster, this is a very, very well constructed, very well done holster. So I would say the quality is consistent with what I would expect from something related to a Crossbreed. Thanks again, Crossbreed, for sending this to us to review. And if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, click that bell to be notified if you do. Check us out on Facebook, Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, Getter, kind of everywhere. And thank you.